had so much fun at the Retro Toy Con in South Carolina, and I really just wanted to show you some of the fun things that I got while I was there. It was tough to choose, but I'm gonna start out talking about this unicorn named Frankie by Vitruvian. Is that it? Vitruvian Toys. I've never heard of this company before, and they actually make a lot of really fun stuff, but this horse is so much fun because you can pop and swap him. So you can actually take like the mane out, for example. I believe you can like pop the head off. You can take all the legs off and the tail off, and you can pop and swap with the other animals on the back. Also, you can get these really cool like armor sets that come with like extra heads and stuff. Like I really want to get the Pegasus one, obviously. Like how cool would that be? I walked past this thing literally 5 times. I was like, girl, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And then I did it. And I don't regret a thing. Plus, I mean, he was only $30. You can't beat that. But the first things I actually picked up were these Mythic Legion and Cosmic Legion figures. How could I resist? Do you see this guy's armor? And he comes with like way more armor. Hold on, let me show you. Okay, let me grab this arm piece so you can really see what's going on here. You can see that it has some chainmail on it as well as plate mail. If you look at this guy right here, he kind of has like an under armor. He has like a black under armor, but if you want him to be completely covered in plate mail and chainmail, whoops, there it goes. You certainly can do that. But I actually really like that black Under Armour look. I think that's super cool. He comes with this sick bow. Do you see this? This looks like a villain's bow. This is freaking cool. I want to use it for an assassin or something. Red quivers. He's got extra belts, red extra belts, and comes with an extra orc head, which actually... Okay, now hear me out. Let me cook. I want to switch her head out with the orc. And I actually think the orc has sort of a feminine sort of look to it already. Of course, it's not going to focus on it. But if I add hair, I think this will look like a fine female orc face. And I think it would look super dope on this figure. Although, I mean, like, her head is already gorgeous. But the fun thing about Mythic Legions and Cosmic Legions is the popping and swapping ability. And speaking of this character, Vorgga? Olga? Shoot, I can't remember her name. I will put it in the description. She comes with these bullets, and they connect to the back of her backpack, and then come around and connect to the gun. And it looks so sick, okay? It looks so sick. But it falls out like immediately for me. Maybe one day I will do the taboo of gluing it into place. Maybe. I don't know, because then that limits the pop and swap ability of it. It still looks really good, even just like this. I mean, look at her. She's so cool. Also, she has this really neat tattoo. Of course, it's not going to focus on it, but it's there. And of course, I couldn't help myself. I had to stop at the Savage Crucible booth and get my very own Draconian warrior. It's funny because I totally went in wanting something like a dark colored lizard, especially that one that's like black with the white stripes. That was the one I was going to get. But then I saw this one in person, okay? And it was done. This is the one I got. Hold on, I'll take it out of the box so you can really see it. So here he is, fresh out of the box, and his joints are stupid tight. But the texture on the skin is absolutely gorgeous. Again, of course, it won't focus, so you'll have to just take my word for it. But the thing that I love the most is that this tail is articulated. It's an articulated tail. It's not one of those tails that's like rubbery and then has the wire going through it, which I'm just not a fan of. I don't like those tails. I feel like they discolor. And I understand that the tail with the wire in it looks a little better in photos. But, you know, at the end of the day, I personally don't care if joints are showing on my action figures. That doesn't bother me. It doesn't take me out of the fantasy personally. But, you know, each to their own. And I still have like all the gargoyle figures, despite the tail and despite their nacho wings. Anyway, I'm getting off topic. Okay, but look how cute they are together. Oh, they're gonna be the best of friends. They're gonna go on adventures together. They're gonna be like commanding armies together, and they're gonna crush it together. Nom 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 nom. And then this I got for $15. And I didn't know what it was when I got it. I just saw him there being a sexy little monster boy with his little ripply abs and his cool horse bod. And I thought, what more could you possibly want from a figure? He's a lizard with armor and a horse body. It turns out he's from Yu-Gi-Oh!, which I haven't really watched a whole lot of. I read a little bit of the manga, but apparently I did not get far enough to see this critter here. And the card is super cool too. I might get the card and just display him with the card. Last but certainly not least, I got this Laguna Skullector doll. She's the creature from the Black Lagoon. And her head sculpt is so pretty. And she's got those really cool fishy boots. She's the only Skullector doll I've really been wanting, and I got on Mattel when she was released, but I wasn't fast enough to get her because I never am when it comes to these kinds of releases. So when I saw her at the con, I just figured, you know what, this is my time, and she was like pretty reasonably priced. So you know what, now she's finally in my collection, and I'm very happy to have her. And on that note, that's everything that I got. It was a great time. I had a lot of fun. And I'm really excited to like pop and swap with these characters. I just love customization. In fact, I think I'm going to get more of those horses too. Where is he? Come here, Frankie. I'm going to get more of these little horsies in their armor, and I'll probably pop and swap them too. It's just, that's what I think is the most fun about toys, is the creativity. I like to just play. I like to come up with characters and make little stories just like when I was a kid. Except now, instead of like moving them around, I kind of just pose them and I stare at them and I imagine the stories in my mind. Maybe sometimes I take a photo, but usually I just pose them and then I just sit there like I'm wiling out. Real quick, I want to let you know that Zook the Gooch is currently editing the footage from Retro Toy Con. So if you're interested in seeing the con in its entirety, you can check that out. And I will leave a link in the description once it's up. Have a wonderful Have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Bye-bye.